Yes, go on, QP43. And then I found him, but with his head. Yes? His head was... It was blown straight off, Doc. Krapotilas. We're looking at a stone-cold killer here, QP43. Yes, stone-cold, Doc. And of course, I'm working on my revenge. Oh, of course. And are you making any progress? Oh, yes, I'm closing in on him, Doc. You can be certain of that.
Gob, gob.
Not again, Clute. I've told you 1,000 times, this is an all-vegan daycare. You're not allowed to cook rabbits.
Go, go, go.
Don't try to speak dinosaur, Clute. UK folk just don't have the capacity for it. And no sulking either. This is a happy all-vegan daycare.
Hi, Julia. I think we need to talk.
Let me stop you right there. Meet Oligarch. Isn't he just...
Oh.
Oh? Oh, what?
Oh. As in... Oh. You didn't know I was allergic?
Allergic? Really?
Yeah. So, if we're serious about this whole moving in together business...
This whole moving in together business? Well, good for you.
So, I guess it's either me or Oligarch. Your choice, Julia.
So, Justin, I heard about you and Julia. I guess she's now out and about, so to speak, eh?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Interesting. I shall keep that in mind, Justin. Wait a minute. Is that a dating site?
Yeah. I thought maybe I should get a profile up on datamate.com. Stupid idea, though. It just makes me miss her more. All the profiles just remind me that no one compares to her.
That's some heartbreaking stuff right there, Justin. Peckish for a snack, eh?
Yeah. I haven't eaten for days. It's time I snapped out of this thing and got back to living my life again. Starting with sniffing around for some leftovers.
Attaboy, Justin.
No metal in micro. Pfft, what's the worst thing that could happen? I don't really need an apron to heat up some food.
Hey, that thing has been in there since back in the 90s or something. I really wouldn't touch it if I were you.
I think I might be bitter enough as it is. Looks like... I think the bottom is made out of tin foil. It's way too cold to eat. I sure don't expect this tinfoil bottom to cause any problem in the microwave or anything.
Your confidence is an inspiration to us all here at the office, Justin.
What the? Ay caramba! I guess mouldy onions from the 90s combined with tin and microwaves makes for one heck of a cocktail.
I really must insist you do something about this mess of yours, Justin.
Got something specific in mind?
Well, I'm not sure what we're looking at here. Maybe just wipe it off with a towel or something.
Wipe it off with a towel? I'm pretty sure it's not a soup stain, Reefs. You know, with all these buttery smooth animations around, I don't think I really need it. That's strange. Some kind of trophy just popped up in my inventory. Okay, let's do this. I have decided to go and have a quick look around for that onion pie. If, for some reason, I don't make it back, tell Julia I went off on this great adventure. No need to mention the onion pie, though.
Sure, I'll take care of Julia, should anything go wrong. Scout's order.
Where am I? Or maybe it's, when am I? Hello there. Sorry to interrupt. You haven't seen any onion pies around, have you? I guess whoever is in there isn't very keen to talk, or is already munching away on that pie. Not sure how to open it. Not to be squeamish or anything, but there's way too many bugs around for me to go sticking my hand in there. Hey! Wait! Was that a caveman? Holy crap! I'm stuck in this place.
And now to bag myself another time traveler. I'll be real slick about it too. Hey, time traveler, or should I say, Justin?
Yeah?
I've been expecting you.
Really?
It took me many days of hard work to get things ready for your arrival.
Well, sorry to cause you so much trouble.
Oh, you will be sorry. Where I come from, we don't take kindly to unauthorized time travelers. No, sir.
Where did you say you come from?
I come from the future. Well, I guess technically so do you at the moment, having just traveled back in time and all. But I'm from the real future. A future that would seem futuristic even to you.
Man, I am already slightly confused. This isn't going to be super confusing, right?
Not really, no.
I didn't really mean to travel back in time, you know.
Hey, save it for the interrogation session.
Interrogation session?
Oh, don't jinx it. I got a real dramatic segue right at the end of this conversation.
Oh, I see. I can't wait. What did you say your name was?
I didn't. We agents are sly like that.
Agents?
Indeed. A special agent of the Pythonic Empire.
Sounds like a cool organization.
It doesn't work like that. You don't sign up to become a special agent of the Pythonic Empire.
Pythonic. I just like saying the word.
I noticed.
Well, it was nice to meet you and all, but
Nice. Meeting a Pythonic agent? I'll tell you what you're about to meet next.
what?
Your untimely demise.
So I know that's probably not meant for me, but I've got to say, that coffee smells great.
Silence, prisoner. This is no coffee shop, and I sure ain't no barista bot. Though I'm often told I make an excellent brew. Okay, here's how it's gonna go down, time traveler. First, I'll power up the Intertron 300. Then we'll have our little session. And then...
My untimely demise?
bingo!
Yuck! It stinks of sardines. Excuse me? Could I interest you in this fine tin of sardines, sir? I never mean for these things to happen.
Silence! There will be no interaction between you and your accomplice.
Accomplice? I've never seen that guy before.
Really? Because according to the chronology, Caveman was supposed to travel to your time. I caught that big guy just before you showed up, thinking he was the one. I guess the real Caveman must have escaped through the portal. I'm gonna have to send another agent to track him down.
Gee, I wonder what that guy is doing in my office right now.
Oh, so you don't speak the lingo, huh? No worries, big fella. Your predecessor never said much of interest anyway. Welcome to the crew, my fuzzy-looking friend. Not bad.
Well, hi there, my scruffy-looking friend. Welcome to Convo Lift 200, from the company that brings you both elevation and uplifting conversation. Which floor would you like to go to? Voice commands must be specified in English, please.
Eureka! I think I've got this English thing now. Now that I can finally express myself, there's no way that this caveman is ever going back to those weird dinosaurs back in my own time.
Hey, Justin. Cavemen coexisting with dinosaurs? What are you on about? Whoa. You really let yourself go there, Justin. I mean, I know you've been missing Julia a lot, but like...
Julia?
Still can't stop thinking about her, huh? Well, I might actually have some good news for you. So here's the thing. I've been thinking a lot about the concept of time lately. It's like, there's really no reason you should feel sad about Julia. Not if you consider the grand scheme of things.
Go on.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's really not important who's feeling what or who's seeing whom at any particular time.
Oh?
Mm-hmm. You see, even if you guys had stayed together for the rest of your lives would only have added up to this teeny-weeny bit of time in the grand scheme of things anyway. So, any couple of any species breaking up or staying together turns out to be, well, a statistical non-issue, really.
In the grand scheme of things?
Right.
Well, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks. It's a website called dateandmate.com. Whoever owns this computer has created a profile called G. Threepwood. Not much of a profile text. It just reads, "Yeah, so I like a load of stuff, I guess. Like the band Rush are really cool." There's no profile picture either. Sure, I'll come up with some snazzy profile text. Just give me a minute. Okay, so I don't mean to brag or anything, but the profile text came out pretty good. All that remains now is a profile photo. And while this apron is better than my old pixels, I think I'm going to need something more snazzy to do the profile justice. One says, ask about what kind of stuff Julia is into. You're standing in a hall. You hear a kinda scary noise to the west. There are footsteps approaching from the north. You bump into a troll, and he bumps into you. That is to say, you bump into each other. You and the troll, that is. As you hit the troll, a great mirror cracks in front of you. It seems you were the troll all along. And those footprints were nothing but your overactive troll imagination. Here's 10 points, by the way. There's a cracked mirror on the floor. Oh no, troll blood everywhere. Your quest is over.
Scruff Boy, which floor would you like to go to?
Take me to the top.
If you could please state your command in a less melodramatic way.
Bottom floor, please.
Bottom floor it is. But first, let's just make sure you truly are an employee here at Mediocre IT. Using an amazing 1 gazillion megapixel face scan, facial scan failed.
Nice. Hi, friend. I'm Clute.
Ah, so you finally grasped verbal communication, huh? That's just swell, Clute. I'm glad that apron doesn't say, kiss the chef.
I like those cufflinks.
As do the ladies, Clute. As do the ladies. It's actually a picture of Animal from the Muppet Show. It sends the subliminal signal that under this dashing, civil exterior beats the heart of a savage animal.
Are you ever done stirring that coffee?
Well, I like it just right, you know? Real smooth like.
See you around, Reefs.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you, Scruff Boy? Which floor would you like to go to?
Bottom floor, please.
Bottom floor it is. But first, let's just make sure you truly are an employee here at Mediocre IT. Using a rather limited number of pixels, it seems. So I guess that's a face. Whatever, Scruff Boy. Oh, and by the way, someone is on their way up. Someone heavy. And metallic.
Heavy? Metallic? Not sure I like the sound of that.
Okay, so that caveman should be here somewhere. I'm gonna park my caboose right here until he shows. At which point, things will get real dark. And twisted.
Dark? Twisted? Crikey.
I'm glad that apron doesn't say, "Kiss the chef."
Could you maybe distract that robotic guy in the hall for me?
I take it he's looking for you, eh?
I'm afraid so, Reefs.
I tell you what, I'm gonna do you a solid. By not going over there and telling him about you.
You know you're not being very helpful here, Reefs.
This is the way. If you need outside help, I would look elsewhere if I were you.
See you around, Reefs.
Mm-hmm.
The weather isn't as sunny as I'm used to, and there's a hint of something melancholic in the air. The parallaxes are looking great, though. That thing looks like it hasn't been in working condition for a long time. It reads, "Julie, Julie, don't be so cruelly." Pretty powerful stuff. There's no way I'm setting foot out there as long as that robot dude is... It's a robot. It reads, "Julie..." Pretty powerful stuff. I think I'm going to hang on to it.
Yeah. I really wish I could reach that thing.
You have reached the Pythonic Robotics Hotline, the one-stop shop for all your robotic needs.
I need to send out a general distress message.
So, what's up?
Cavemen spotted causing havoc downtown.
What a scoop. I'll broadcast the news immediately.
Incoming transmission. Strange. Word on the street is that your caveman friend managed to escape the office building. I'd have thought that my colleague would have caught up with him by now. Huh? Did the caveman really manage to sneak past me? What a curious message indeed. According to the intel provided to me by QP-42, he shouldn't have left this building yet. No, my proverbial gut tells me to stay put.
Okay now. Don't be scared, little buddy. Ah, crap.
There's no way I'm setting foot out there as long as that robot dude is waiting for me.
This is the Pythonic Robotics.
I'd like to report a faulty unit, please.
I see. Could you tell me the serial number of the faulty unit, please?
MT36.
Oh, that agent has already been taken out of circulation, I'm afraid. Good old MT36. He was recently liquidated by another agent, and a particularly mean one at that. I don't recall the agent's name, but I wouldn't mess with that guy.
Sorry, don't have one. Have a good day.
Any day in service of the Pythonic Empire is a good day, sir.
Yoo-hoo! Mr. Pythonic Agent, sir.
You do not you-hoo an agent of the Pythonic Empire.
Pythonic?
Yes, Pythonic.
I kinda like saying that. Pythonic.
Noted.
I don't suppose you could just let me out of here?
You suppose you're right. When I track down time travelers, I do things by the book. Incarcerate, interrogate, liquidate.
Ay caramba!
Ay caramba, is right.
So, what do agents of the Pythonic Empire do for fun?
Well, we're all big fans of Agent Ruthless.
Who?
Agent Ruthless, he's a huge star back in my time. Has his own show on Netflix and everything.
Would you like to have your own show too?
Would I? I mean, do you think I've got what it takes in terms of ruthlessness, I mean?
Oh, you're ruthless!
Well, I appreciate that. I can picture it now. Agent QP42, the show that makes Agent Ruthless look like a mere amateur in the field of ruthlessness.
QP42. That's your name?
Well, it's my serial number. Why?
Oh, no reason.
What, you don't think it has a nice ring to it? I mean, I know it's not Agent Ruthless or whatever.
It's a very nice name. Well, thanks for the chat.
Yes, very nice.
This is the Pythonic Robotics Hotline, as seen on a smash hit show, Agent Ruthless, no less.
I'd like to report a faulty unit, please.
I see. Could you tell me the serial number of the faulty unit, please?
QP42.
Let me check. Yeah, we do have that unit on file. Please hold while I take this unit out of circulation.
Oh, what's this? Incoming transmission? Self-destruct? Krapotulus? Are you hearing this, time traveler?
Sorry, what?
You wouldn't have anything to do with this, would you?
Oh, you mean the whole self-destruction thing? Well... Sorry and all.
Well, let my final log message reflect that I was somehow compromised by unauthorized time traveler Justin Wack. And also, the Pythonic Empire would be wise to invest in a more modern power source for its interrogation devices.
Hey, there's a pin on it. Freedom! Okay, now to find my way home to my own time. Shouldn't be that hard. One coffee coming right up. No secret interrogation chamber is complete without the aroma of fresh coffee. The water never looked this clean back home. Good old QP42, still charging the Interatron 300? Maybe it's some kind of mechanical rigor mortis. Not too sure how to work these. I see a Bluetooth symbol on the panel, though. No reception.
There's no way I'm setting foot out there as long as that robot dude is waiting for me. I might need some outside help for this one.
Now, I'm no expert on prehistoric monsters or whatever, but this here is one big road-blocking dino.
What was that sound?
Oh. Sorry, did not expect you to talk.
Well, I'm Osric. I've never heard of cave folk speaking dinosaur. Having such a small noggin and all.
I see.
I mean, they've got to be pretty tiny, right? Not to sound mean or anything.
Right. Anyway, you look like you're ready to go to the office.
Yeah, I should probably get back to work. Just came down for a little shut-eye. The guys at the construction site are going to freak out when I tell them I met a talking cavey. You'll see, you'll be the talk of the whole village.
What do you do when you're not taking a nap?
I'm in charge of building the bleachers for the asteroid show.
Asteroid show?
Yep, there's an asteroid coming down. We're all very excited.
Nothing too dangerous, I hope?
No. We've got it all mapped out. All dinosaurs will be safe up in the mountains. Front row seat.
And the cave folk?
Only dinosaurs are allowed to get tickets for the asteroid show, I'm afraid.
Oh,
But you know what they say about eggs and omelettes, right?
right. Tell me about the other cave folk.
Oh, we take good care of the little buggers. Within reason. They're all hanging out at the cave folk daycare. I'm guessing that's where you ran away from, yes?
Right. Thanks for the chat.
Cave folk daycare is just up ahead. You should probably get back there. Oh, before you leave,
Yeah?
could you come just a little bit closer?
Nah, I'm good right here.
Don't be scared now. I just want to have a little sniff.
A sniff? What's going on here? Wait, you guys don't...
So, anyway, you should probably be on your way.
Nope, that one is too heavy for me. All right, I feel I've gotten a bit stronger. Okay, now I feel even stronger. That's it. I feel ready to take on the world. Any more training and I'd have to apply for gun licenses for these here biceps. Hey.
There's no way I'm setting foot out there as long as that robot dude is waiting for me. I might need some outside help for this one.
QP42. My dear brother. I promise you that your death shall not go unavenged. I shall study your logs and start plotting my revenge immediately. It shall be a revenge of such epic proportions that I shall give it its own name. Revenge I dub thee Ruthless Unbound.
There's no way I'm setting foot. I might need.
Let's have a look-see. Crapotulous! That's a lot of hunting trophies. The only thing I can make out is the plaque closest to the window. It reads, first prize in the category for Best Rabbit Mating Call goes to Abraxas the Illustrious for Rub Rubber Hub Hub. Rub Rubber Hub Hub. The note reads, Dear patients, my medicine shack is temporarily closed while I, MD Abraxas, am attending another glorious hunting expedition. Come again soon. Yep, this guy is drawing up plans and schematics for catching animals, all right. He seems particularly interested in rabbits. I guess they're the popular prey in these parts. I scribbled down the details in my notes. I wonder if it has picked up any of what the sleeping cavey is dreaming about. Probably dreams of hunting and feasting on meat. Hey, could you draw me out one of those three-dimensional cube thingies? An ashtray? No wonder these guys went extinct. Mind if I borrow this thing?
Whoa, a speaking cavey. You feeling all right?
Well, thanks for asking.
Well, we better have the medicine dino take a look at you as soon as he's back from his hunting expedition. What's your name?
Gee, I hate seeing doctors. But if you insist, my name is Justin.
I'll make sure to put your name on his list, Justin. And now that you can speak dinosaur, will you tell the other cavies that hunting animals is strictly forbidden?
Will they understand, though? Dinosaur,
I guess you're right.
We'll make sure to keep an eye out for any cave folk trying to hunt or cook animals then.
Will do.
As the keeper of the cave folk daycare, I'm responsible for all the cavies in the village, and there will be no eating of flesh on my watch.
Got it. Anyway, about that seashell horn?
Go ahead. Please don't blow that thing too early in the mornings, though, or you'll wake everyone up. That thing is loud.
Cool. I don't think that's even a real apple. Let's not combine. Doesn't seem to work. I think that coal needs some lighter fluid. There's cold water in the pot.
Yes, go on, QP43. And then I found him, but with his head. Yes? His head was... It was blown straight off, Doc. Krapotilas. We're looking at a stone cold killer here, QP43. Yes, stone cold, Doc. And of course, I'm working on my revenge. Oh, of course. And are you making any progress? Oh, yes, I'm closing in on him, Doc. You can be certain of that.
Not very artistic, but then again, maybe sculpting isn't a thing yet. By the looks of those feet, I'm not sure I want to disturb whoever is in there. I'm sorry. I just don't have it in me to hurt one of the cavies. Maybe if I could just scare them away somehow. Let's try something else. So, what you cooking in there? I'm not sure I want to help them out with this. I'd much prefer a live rabbit. All alone with my thoughts for a while. That's 10 real minutes. Okay.
Howdy, player. How can I help? Let me see if I've got something to help you out. What topic would you like a hint about? Okay, hang on a moment while I snoop around a bit. Okay, now to avoid feeling like we're cheating, I'm gonna type my hints rather than saying them out loud. That way, I technically... Okay, here's the hint. By the way, Sometimes it helps to ask this. You're.
No reception. No reception. No reception.
This is the Pythonic Robotics Hotline, as seen on a smash hit show, Agent Ruthless, no less.
I need to send out a general distress message.
So,
New episode of Agent Ruthless now available for streaming.
juicy. I'll transmit the message.
New episode? Well, I'm not usually one to leave my post. But maybe I'll just have a quick look. Like an in and out kind of thing. Hey, lift thingy.
Yeah?
Open up before I get all dark and twisted on your wiring.
Easy, Tiger. I was actually hoping for a little more civility. AI to AI, I mean.
Ah, my waste disposal protocol alone runs circles around your very primary matrix.
Whatever, tough guy.
Oh, I just know it's gonna be a good episode.
Anybody there?
What's up, Justin?
What are you doing back there?
Well, I'm working. Okay, you got me. I should be working on getting that stupid AI lift replaced with a traditional one. But I'm actually watching Airplane again. I know. I remember the intervention. No Leslie Nielsen during work hours.
So, whose cubicle is it?
Well, it's yours, Justin. I believe you were setting up a new account.
Right, the dating site. Well, thanks.
See you around. And
A lady with blue hair? Ding dong. The profile still needs a profile, and wireless apron is better than my old. It says, put up to-do board. One says, ask about what kind of stuff. You're standing in a hall. There are foot. Your question.
Now you listen to me, young man. Can you stream that show for me or what?
This is Lenny speaking. Could someone please tell the robotic-looking dude in aisle 1 to stop bothering the staff? Thank you.
If you only knew my powers, Lenny, you would tremble before me.
I should probably keep away from that particular place for a while. The plaque reads Boldrus Decorus. It reads, have you seen my caveman buddy? We are great chums. If so, please report to QT40. Not pronounced cutie. You'll find me at the corner shop. Excuse me, could I have one of those computer sticks?
well, I say, what have we here?
Hi friend, I'm Clute.
That rawness, that ruggedness. My friend, I see in you pure, untamed potential.
Potential. Having or showing the capacity to develop into something in the future.
Yeah, quite.
Develop into what, though?
Okay, I'll tell you what. You, my good man, are behind that utterly crude facade. There is...
A douchebag, huh? How do we let him out?
By bringing forth the full douchebag makeover.
What's that?
Well, let's see. You're gonna need 3 things.
Oh, I totally saw that coming. What are they? I'll write them down in my notebook.
Well, first, we're gonna have to do something about those clothes of yours. You're gonna need a proper lumberjack-style shirt. My delicate sensibilities tell me that red is the colour of your inner douchebag. Unfortunately, I'm all out of red checkered shirts at the moment, so you're gonna have to find one elsewhere.
Okay.
Secondly, you're gonna need some matching spectacles. Glasses, my friend.
A pair of red glasses. Okay.
And then we're going to give you a cut and a shave, which is not exactly for free. Lastly, you must bring me...
Yes?
one big bunch of monies.
One big bunch of monies. I see.
Yeah, come back when you have those 3 things, and me and my barber will sort you out. We'll bring that sophisticated douchebag out for the whole world to admire.
Okie dokie. Oh yeah, about that computer stick.
Are you referring to the complimentary douchebag fashion-branded USB?
Mm-hmm.
The new kind that goes with the latest pineapple computers?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose.
Thank you. Wow, barber stuff. Mind if I borrow these for a moment? She's fast asleep. I suppose I can borrow them for a while.
Hands off!
Good luck.
Sorry, what's that?
Good luck with opening your barbershop business. I mean, you've got to have a good reason for pinching.
Ah, well... Yes, I promised to make the most of them.
But no running with scissors.
I won't. It's total. I would need something to... Oops, the banana peel fell down the grid. But I feel confident that won't cause any problems later on. I can see tons of coins glimmering down.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna set up a profile on dateandmate.com. Jeez, I don't know about some of these guys though. Almost makes me miss Justin. I'm gonna give this thing a try though.
So, that pet carrier.
Real beauty, am I right?
Well, there's an awful lot of cat hair on it.
Yeah, if you want to be picky. Hard to get it off, though. But I'll tell you what. I'll let it go for... one small bunch of monies! Sorry, got a little carried away there.
I'll think about it.
That's just a load of old demos. Back in the day, bands looking to get picked up by labels used to drop them off.
Interesting titles.
First of all, who's your A&R?
A mountain climber who plays an electric guitar?
Yep, a Stone Cold classic, right there. Interesting choice. I've never seen anyone pick that one up before. It's just some old blues band that no one seems to have heard of. You can keep that.
Thanks.
We're fresh out. Sold the last one to this old... I know. Gigadeath are totally the better band. Everyone would agree, if only they took the time to compare the whole discography. That's just a fact.
That pointy finger.
Keep talking.
I might be willing to take it off your hands.
Oh, I'm sure you would. That thing is in mint condition, though. And it can be yours, provided you give me one medium-sized bunch of monies! Oh, sorry, got...
I'll think about... Like any self-respecting pawn shop, it has a shelf dedicated to point-and-click adventure games. Mostly contemporary stuff. Let's pick some titles at random. I see a game here called Gibbous. Man, those graphics look drop-dead gorgeous. It reads Dayla's Hint Service. Call for help. I believe she's some sort of puzzle master. Somehow, I think she would be confused getting a... I heard she's right in the pause menu, though, should her services be needed.
Hey, that's a genuine Jacoby's. And I'm pretty sure it's worth more than what you are carrying.
I can't find the power button, and I don't see her... There's a lot of old videotapes here.
Thanks for showing interest in those. It's not easy to move those things. Drop it right now. There's no way. A Stone Cold, kinda creepy, to be honest. That thing is no longer playable. This guy named Andre used to be in here all the time. Oh, rest in peace, Eddie. That tape is actually still in... So, you're just gonna walk out with that VHS under...
Sorry about that. Sometimes I think that whatever isn't nailed down is mine to keep.
Well, if you want to have a look at it, feel free to use the V... if you can find the remote. So, you're just gonna walk out...
Sorry about that. Sometimes I think that...
Well, if you can... So...
Sorry.
Well, if...
Okay, the tape is in the VCR. I can see some of the letters people have posted through the slot. Maybe Julia and Jonas? Somewhat derivative in my opinion, reductive even. I'm gonna call this one Encounter Nonplussed.
Stop it, man. You're killing me here.
Hi friend, I'm Clute.
Not on the list.
Ken sent me.
Well, I'm sending you right back to Ken then.
Roberta sent me.
Now you're just reaching, mate.
You are not the caveman we are looking for.
You are not the caveman we are looking for.
Move along.
Mover? Hey, nice try, buddy. Oh, wait a minute. That apron. You wouldn't happen to be the new waiter, would you?
I'm gonna say yes.
Ah, why didn't you say so? I'm Mike the Bouncer.
Hi, Mike the Bouncer.
Mate, I think you're late. You best get in there right away. Let's hope that B didn't notice.
Better leave it for the customers. But if I ever need some salt, I know where to find it. Hi, friend. I'm Clute.
Hi, Clute. I'm Drake. You must be the waiter, right? Any sign of that chicken?
Hey, I promised to have a look. What's with the superhero outfit?
Well, there's this convention in the hotel a couple of streets. I just stopped by for some food first. A couple of hours ago.
See you around, Drake.
If I don't.
That's a groovy tune. There's no batteries in the... Let's try something. Hi, friend. I'm Clute.
Ah, the new waiter. I'm Reginald, and I'm going to call you K-Man.
Okay. That's an expensive-looking guitar behind you.
You got that right. It's also the first prize in the air guitar contest.
Nice. I'd like to sign up for that air guitar contest.
So you think you've got what it takes, huh?
Hey, if it's...
Dancing? Pfft. You should know that I don't suffer fools on my stage. You've got a...
All three, huh?
Yep. Chugging, blues and tapping. The whole...
Hey, I've got...
I guess we'll see, won't we? I will make a public announcement when it's time for the competition.
A poster outside mentioned something about a poetry slam.
Oh, so you're a poet now?
Well...
Yeah, that's what I thought, Hotshot. Anyway, the poetry slam isn't going down until way later. It's like the last act, if memory serves.
Okay, see you around.
Hey, I think I just saw B over by the bar. You better come up with a good excuse for being late, waiter.
Better leave it for the customers. But if I ever need some salt... Sorry, I'm just gonna borrow some ketchup.
You go ahead. Any news on that food, though?
Sorry about that. The food is coming up. Red glasses. Check. Got one.
So, you're the new waiter, I take it?
Well, hi friend. I'm Clute.
Well, you're also late.
Sorry, I got mixed up in this time portal business.
Oh, I see.
Yep, that's how I ended up in this world. Which, by the way, is way better than where I came from. I mean, there's not a dino in sight, right?
Right.
So I take it you're offering me a career in this fine establishment.
If you want to...
Wow, I've got myself a job. Introducing Clute.
Welcome to Squids. See the guy with the superhero costume over?
He's not some undercover...
I I don't know about all that, but I know he's been waiting for his food for about an hour.
No worries, I've got...
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. You better put some...
Chef didn't?
Oh, I don't know how salty to touch.
Okay, that might have been just a tad too much salt. Sorry for the delay, Pupman.
Okay.
So, anyway, enjoy.
Okay.
Oops.
And worst of all, the paramedics told me that if only he had started on that bottle before swallowing all that salt, he probably would have been fine.
That's too bad.
Yep, too bad. Anyway, of course I'm gonna have to fire Salty for this.
Oh, are you sure he's to blame for this, though?
Oh yeah, these are typical Salty shenanigans. Sad though, I know how hard he tried to stay clean this time.
Actually, it was me.
Who delivered the plate, I know.
No, I mean, it was me.
Salted it, I know. But Salty must already have done his thing to that plate. Why else would it...
Well, the shaker, it kinda...
Look, I get it. You're trying to cover up for the guy. But his salt shenanigans... Hey, while I deliver the bad news to Salty, and don't forget to take out the rubber...
Typical youngsters tossing out perfectly good food.
Wow, this is a bold piece. I'm gonna call this installment Pedestrian's Dilemma, a Dwelling.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, that's the blues right there. Sit back and learn, kid.
I see. It's kind of slow and soulful. And it seems your lips must be shaped like the letter O.
Yeah, that's how it's done.
Mind if I take that can?
Maybe later, waiter.
A cool looking... Hey, there's batteries in it. Watch out, town. The Other guests. Sharp. Okay, let's see if I can make this thing a... Red checkered shirt. Check. Oh, I'm just going out on an errand. I'll be back, though.
Man about town and all that, huh? Hey, you go do your thing, Clute.
So I suppose I could sift through all the rubbish in that bin, if you think it's absolutely necessary. All I found in there. Wow, what is that? I love that sound.
Thanks a lot, dude. You really ought to know better than to break up a dude's riffage like that. Now my string is all kaput like.
Riffage, eh?
Well, chugging, really.
Chugging.
Right.
Could you show me some more of this chugging business?
Well, since I like you here, and this whole animalistic kind of vibe you've got going there, sure, I'll teach you the art of chugging, as soon as I can get a new string for this old...
Okay, I'll see what I... Hey, Chugginola, try this.
That's a crazy heavy gauge string right there.
Heavy as in good.
Well, let's find out. Oh yeah. This is like a new level of heaviness right there.
I think I'm getting the hang of this chugging business. Heavy, rhythmic, and repetitive.
Yeah, but the sound is just half of it. A good chug is just as much about the expression on your face. You've got to give it a good scowl, you know.
Scowl, huh? Let me try that.
That's some good chugging right there.
Okay, I'm gonna pop, and it's gonna be something ruthlessly.
Okay, let's have a look at this Van Halen live without a fret thingy. Wow, this Van Halen dude sure fiddles around a lot with both hands on the fretboard. And it seems to require keeping one's mouth wide open while doing it. Cool, I think I've got this tapping thing now. I'd like to sign up for that air guitar contest.
So you think you've got what it takes, huh?
Hey, if it's anything like dancing, I'm your caveman.
Dancing? You should know that I don't suffer fools on my stage. You've got to master all 3 guitar styles in order to have a chance of the prize.
All 3?
Yep. Chugging, blues and tapping.
Hey,
I guess we'll see, won't we? I will make a public announcement when it's time for the competition.
Okay, see you around. Ah, the douchebag in waiting. Got the stuff? Sorry, I haven't checked off all the items on my...
And yet you chose to strike up a
Hey, Dino! I see us cave folk finally overthrew our dino overlords, huh? Well, good for us. You and your sophisticated ways. Always telling cave folk what not to eat and all that.
I can see you're a
Hey, don't be fooled by their sophisticated ways. Them dinos are bad news.
I'm gonna say, sure. But really, you know what's even better than a good just kicking back with my buddy, the pug.
Nah, I'm not falling for that.
Yuck! I don't drink that.